Welcome everybody to Saves Together, a podcast about playing games together. Whether that means co-op or passing the controller back and forth or just playing the same game at the same time, it doesn't matter how, it only matters that it's together. Because if you save together, you stay together. This is episode 8, and the topic for today is...
Scribblenauts Unlimited!
And if that was hard for you to understand, it's Scribblenauts Unlimited.
Wow, rude. Maybe it was easy for them all to understand.
I'm Craig McGowan, and that over there...
Grace Novak.
Grace Novak.
I like my name being said like I'm on The Price is Right.
Grace Novak, come on down! Dun, 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 dun. Is that the music they play when they're coming?
Yes.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun.
I'm so excited to be here.
Hey everybody, I'm Drew Carey. Grace Novak, where are you from?
Drew Carey was on The Price is Right?
Holy shit, where have you been?
I thought he was on Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Where the fuck have you been?
Not on Game Show Network.
Anyways, I'm Drew Carey. Grace Novak, how are you?
You know, I could be better, Drew.
What other game shows have you been playing?
I've also been playing Whose Line Is It Anyway?
I used to be on that, apparently.
That's a
wait, no, yeah,
Wait,
I just combined. In my head, I thought you said Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Anyway, video games?
Yeah.
You ever play the Whose Line Is It Anyway? Or no. Jesus!
You're having a hard time today.
You ever play the Price is Right video games on Wii?
No.
It's bad.
I've never played any game show game.
Oh, Family Feud is fun.
Oh, no, I saw
That's a fun one.
We got the Family Feud board game at some point.
See, that's probably not fun.
It was fun when we ditched the board game part and just looked through the book and tested each other on the answers.
Yeah, see, in the Wii version, you can't do that because it's a video game. You can't just fast forward the game.
Did you ever run into playing the same ones?
I don't know. I
I'm
played
always
it a
scared
lot.
That's going to happen.
Yeah, but there's 800 years of that television show that they could pull from.
Yeah, 800 years.
Eh?
800 long surveyed
Jesus
years.
watched it. I don't think I don't...
Jesus,
cut that out.
That's Jesus' favorite show.
Yeah. So, what have you been playing recently?
Still playing Ni no Kunai 2.
How's it?
I'm getting close. It's all right.
Getting close?
To finishing it.
Like finishing the game or being done with the game?
What does that mean?
I mean, because to me, sometimes I get close to being done, like as if like.
Oh,
as
no,
in,
no.
like...
I'm going to beat the game.
Okay.
I'm going to beat the game. I'm close to beating the game. It's good. I like it a lot. I think it's better than the first one in some ways and not better than the first one in other ways. And those ways include sort of just getting kind of tired of the combat in a way. It's fun. It's a little bit too easy sometimes, but I miss the Pokemon aspect a little bit. But, I can do without it because the combat is much better.
But I thought that the Higgledy-Piggledies were like kind of the...
Not really, because they're not as customizable. They're not as like evolving and all that fun jazz.
They evolved in the last one?
Huh?
They evolved.
Yeah,
in the
they
last
had
one?
like multiple stages. I know. Now you're like, I'm gonna go play it. I have it.
Yeah, but you
if you're
said the
interested.
combat's not fun.
It's not because you can't
So-
control them, and it
Well,
becomes
that's-
frustrating because it becomes
But I like
too
Monster
hard.
Rancher a lot.
So maybe you'll but you control Monster Rancher.
You don't.
You
have
pick
to.
what attacks it. Yeah, but you do. But the
I
point
don't.
is you have the choice.
Okay,
So you don't
I
need the
want the
choice. Okay. Well then
I
maybe
raised
you'll
him-
love it.
I raised him to do his thing, not my thing that he does.
Okay. Craig just wants pets, and he emulates
fight.
that fight.
Yeah.
Right.
But they're also my best friend.
But not illegally.
Or underground
Video games
pet,
is legal
underground
pet fighting.
Digimon fighting is cool.
Yes. And then
But it also needs to be my best friend. That's a thing. Like it has to be able to be like, and I have to ride it. Like if it's like a wolf, but it's named Tiger, like in Monster Rancher.
oh, you would like Rune Factory. I've also been playing that. I'm almost done with it. I've beaten the story mode, but I'm trying to get married now. Rune
Whoa.
Factory 4.
What is that?
It's on the 3DS. It's like Harvest Moon plus some combat. And this is actually my first Rune Factory, and I really, really like it. I'm enjoying it a lot.
Better than Harvest Moon?
No, because I don't know. Harvest Moon just has its own charm. I think my issue with this game, as far as comparing it to Harvest Moon, which I don't really want to do since it's its own game and it has an actual plot, which is cool. But, it doesn't have the same features in like animals. One of my favorite part about Harvest Moon is they're always adding animals like llamas, alpacas. I like the cows. I like the sheep. There's animals in this game.
Can you make them fight?
Right. Yeah, you can.
You can make like llamas fight?
There's animals in this game, but they're monsters. So like, you don't get a real cow. It's like it's like a monster cow.
2 udders.
It's not the same. What have you been playing?
I talk about MX versus ATV All Out?
I've
I've talked about it before.
Yeah, I think you said you started playing it
Yeah.
last time, but
Well,
you
I'm
didn't
done playing it now.
elaborate. You're done?
Yeah.
Damn, that was fast.
I mean, I got what I wanted out of it.
What
But,
what was that?
I went on a motorcycle a couple times.
Do you have any other motorcycle games like that you could get that out of without?
Nope.
No? Okay,
They
well,
don't
in that
make
case
those
then.
anymore. They only make racing ones.
So this is the sort of one of the first ones,
I want open world and I want to do tricks. And guess what I did? I went in open world and I did
but it
tricks.
didn't last very long for you.
I said like probably 15 hours.
You played 15 hours of that game?
I played all day the day I got it, played all day the next day, and then I played a little bit
Well,
later.
there you go.
So, I mean, that's
Y-
more than I probably played most of the games I played as a kid.
Really?
I don't know.
I feel like as a kid I just replayed games
And
constantly.
I don't replay games. I've never, only Skate 3, Phantom Dust,
Even as a
and
kid, when you
Shenmue
didn't
2.
have choices?
I just went and traded in all my games and got new choices.
Yeah, we didn't trade in
Right.
games.
See, I regret that now.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I
and
loved
also,
replaying games.
oh, I just got Extinction.
Oh yeah.
Probably going to be done with that soon, too. No, I'm probably going to try to beat it, but it's fine. It's good.
You
I mean,
just got that game.
I played it all day.
That's all just
I'm
one
already
day?
halfway done. If you look at the chapter breakdown.
I think I'm spoiled by JRPGs in a way.
Right,
I'm now
yeah.
expecting at least 50 hours of gameplay out of most games I do, which is
I
silly,
don't,
right?
I don't want that because sometimes like you're not having fun.
I
mean,
am
you are
having
having
fun.
But like,
For me, it's like a relaxing thing. I
Sure.
go into a JRPG and I'm like, okay, just sitting down and doing some quests, and that's how I like cool down.
but for me, I get what I'm gonna get out of it, no matter the style. If it takes me 100 hours, that's fine. If it takes me 10 hours and I'm done, that's fine.
That's true.
Like I have that penny pinching princess, whatever,
Oh, yeah.
penny punching princess.
Is it penny pinching or penny punching?
I think it's punching because it's a fighting thing.
It's kind of fun. I tried it too. I
Right.
didn't get very far, but it's okay actually.
But like I
Better
don't
than
need to
thought.
play that much, like a lot. Like I'm not gonna play that for 50 hours.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play it for like 5.
I kind of want to beat it.
Beat it.
Maybe
Go
I
ahead.
will. Maybe I'll come back and report back on beating Penny Punching Princess.
Well, how about we report on Scribblenauts Unlimited instead?
Let's do it.
Developed by Fifth Cell and published by Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment, Scribblenauts Unlimited is a video game.
Oh, well said.
It's on the 3DS, the Wii U, Windows, iOS, and Android, and it first came out on the Wii U and the 3DS in November of 2012. Then, literally just a week later, it came out on PC, and then 3 years later, it came out on iOS and Android. I think it's probably a pretty good Android and iOS game, actually.
I was just gonna say
That's
ew
like-
to it.
Why?
I don't know.
You don't. We'll get there.
No,
but
you're probably right.
what do you need it to be on
I don't
another
know.
system for?
Fun.
It's like a puzzly, honestly, for genre.
Puzzle.
Kind of just puzzles.
Mm.
Like
Some people would want to say action adventure, but that's a little bit of a reach.
action is a reach, and sure, it certainly wasn't an adventure. Actually, no, it was a pretty
It was
adventurous.
an adventure.
In the sense that we traveled near and far
Yeah, we did.
across the lands, and we saw many things. Well, let's do our thing things.
Oh God. Let's do our things.
Let's get to the co-op factors. The type of co-op. It is
Local.
local,
Couch.
couch,
Same screen. Ooh, we said it simultaneously.
It's also bullshit. That's what I'm gonna call it.
Wow.
We'll get there.
We call it Mario Galaxy Co-op.
I call it worse than that bullshit
We
ass.
should actually have a name for that kind of co-op. This kind of co-op we're talking about, just to make it clear, is sort of like with Mario Odyssey co-op, where you're a hat, or you're just something much lesser than the person you're playing with.
And I think there's even levels to that. Whereas when you're the hat, it at least feels like you can do something. But the fuck was the point of this being co-op?
Basically, the way this co-op worked is someone plays as Maxwell with the Wii U gamepad. They can write
Oh.
on the notebook.
We played on Wii U, obviously, by you
Right.
saying that, but we played the Wii U version, so possibly, I doubt it, it's different elsewhere.
Right.
I think I would have known. And I
And
don't
the
think there's
way-
co-op on 3DS.
No, I don't think so.
Actually, you know what? I think there's only co-op on Wii U.
Possibly. The
So-
way that the other player joins in for the co-op for this game is they can inherit, like possess a person-like character that you make,
So-
that Maxwell makes
so
with
she
the
typed-
Wiimote.
So she typed ninja, and then I picked up the Wiimote, and I was controlling the ninja. Except there's nothing to do when you control the ninja.
Another thing is the co-op friend can't write on the notebook. They can't make new objects.
So I literally could run left and right and pick up stuff.
Right.
And guess what doesn't matter in this game, because it's not like the first game, running around and picking up stuff. The whole game, if I remember correctly, the first game was like you have you have 3 words you can bring into this puzzle or whatever.
Any words.
You have 3 that you can bring in. Like you have 3 tries.
Oh, right.
I
Wait.
thought,
What?
yo, I'm like maybe I'm totally misremembering, but seriously, the game was like there's a star at the end of this little level. It'll be like a
Star
cave.
right.
You're right. Star right. But there's a star right at the end of this little thing, and there's a flame trap there, and then there's like a gap you'll have to cross, and so like it was OP to give yourself the flying carpet because that never had to settle, whereas the hoverboard or wings or something you'd float back down. So I remember the game being A, frustrating, but B, kind of an adventure or like an action thing. Like you needed to give yourself a good ass weapon because like just pistol wasn't gonna be strong enough for the little guy that's in the way. In this game, literally 95% of it is just write a funny thing and give it to the thing and the game interacts with it.
Basically, the first game was more difficult in the way that it was more of a platforming action game. So you would use the objects, like he's saying, to get to the other side of the level or to unlock or to beat a monster. And it would be more of that kind of action, where this Scribblenauts Unlimited is more like, this firefighter needs to test all the smoke alarms in the firehouse. Give him an object to test the smoke alarms. And essentially, each puzzle is that kind of
Right.
format.
Right. So a co-op mode in the first one could be like, yo, I'll be the ninja and I'll fight the
Yeah.
dragon that's in the way while I distract him. You float over him with your
Or
hoverboard.
if this game was more of that kind of
Yeah.
action.
But I think there was like 2 missions like that. And now it's pretty fun and funny to like watch how the game interacts with the stuff you give it. But
We also are going to our experience.
I know, but I just have to get this off my chest.
Okay.
Because this is the bullshit co-op. Like,
Yeah.
what was the purpose? There is none.
There is none. Like
at
even
all.
even and this is what I was talking about with Mario Odyssey and stuff. Even if like you had a kid, okay, and you wanted your kid to feel like they were part of it, it would be difficult for a kid to enjoy this because maybe it would be fun for them, but they can't do anything.
And don't I get erased when you leave the level or
right.
go into a
so
challenge?
I feel like the kid would just be really frustrated. They'd be
Right.
like, "Oh, I died," and I'd be like, "Well, sorry, that's your loss, I guess."
Yeah. Let's finish the factors because there's not gonna be many of them since it sucks.
Damn.
Friendly fire. I don't remember. Here's the deal. We played for about 15 minutes, and I said, "Why do I have to do this?"
We played co-op for 15
Yeah.
minutes. We beat the game.
We beat the game,
but we
to
did it
its entirety.
and we did it together, but we switched off. Just to explain how we played, we switched off on levels after we found the co-op to be less than satisfying and even detrimental to the gameplay.
Yeah, so like there'd be, all right, this is the firehouse world. You have 8 challenges that are in the game, and then 2 challenges that are kind of like a more story thing that you watch play out. We can explain it later. But really, friendly fire, I don't think so. Because that
No.
would get annoying.
Maybe there was, but like if I had a flamethrower and I was just flaming and you were in the way,
Yeah.
that might have hit you.
Probably actually, but sorry guys, but I don't know. Separate mode or full, it's the full thing in the sense that,
You
can
can
just
play through
jump
the
in.
full thing, yeah.
but then you get booted out each time, like I said. So does that even count? It's one level.
It counts.
Yeah. Things to unlock. It's not through the
Characters,
co-op,
avatars.
but yeah, as you go throughout the story, you unlock family members, brothers of Maxwell and Maxine.
But can the
No,
co-op partner play
well,
as those
you might be able to
avatars?
write their names,
Yeah.
and it comes out. We didn't try. It's just like an avatar
It doesn't have any effect on the performance of Maxwell. It's just fun to look at.
playing with random people online. I don't think that's even a function of the game,
Nope.
but
You could go to this little marketplace and basically see what other players had made like custom objects. And it was really cool because they'd make like Jolteon. There was a lot of like fan made stuff like Halo, Master Chief, and they would make like characters or objects with their own behaviors out of the other objects in the game. So it seemed really complex and elaborate and not like something we wanted to put our time in. But it was cool that we could see things that other players had made.
yeah, we didn't do any of it. But like she said, but the way it works is kind of like, let's say you wanted to make a scimitar, which would probably already be in the game, but you would take like a crescent moon piece, and then you rotate it, and then you'd add like what would you use as a handle? Like a golden
Stick.
like a golden stick and a golden nugget, and you'd kind of like making emblems on Call of Duty. Did you ever do that?
No.
Okay,
Oh
it's
wait,
kinda like
yes, yeah,
that.
yeah. No, I
Yeah.
did that.
It's like that, where you're assembling pieces that already exist,
Hmm.
changing their color, changing their size. Difficulty of the co-op, and we may as well wrap in competitiveness of it too.
Easy and not competitive. I mean, we could say we made it. No, we didn't make it competitive. I was gonna say, like, what if we challenged each other? Like, who can finish this level the fastest? That'd be stupid
That's
because they
not
were so
fun.
easy.
Yeah, and there's nothing. I mean,
They're not equal, so there's no way to make it competitive even by yourself.
and sometimes if I have to type out the word extinguisher and all you have to type is the word mouse or something, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, yeah, I don't. It's not competitive in any way.
Yeah.
And even the way we played, where we're sharing ideas, I don't even know how that could be.
I mean, it's not difficult mostly because it's a kids game, but like we were saying about one of the first games, that game was actually really frustrating. I don't know if that was better
No,
or worse,
no,
but
no, no. This game's fun. This game's actually
I think
still.
the difficulty's fine.
It's fun. It's just not the Scribblenauts I thought it was.
Definitely not.
And I don't know what that like. I guess maybe if they could have dialed it back on the simpleness and ramped up a little bit, like the first game, have more. There was like one or two I think that had that same vibe. Strategy and tactics. Did we discuss stuff?
Not really. When we started going back and forth on levels, basically what we would do is if one of us wasn't getting it, we would just like shout out words to the other, and that was our extent
That
of
was
the
our
strategy.
yeah.
So not much.
All right, cool. Well, let's. I know I already sort of did it before, but let's really buckle down into the experience section of our podcast here.
Just
First of all, did you like it?
I didn't hate it. I kind of enjoyed it. And I think I enjoy it because of what Scribblenauts is. And I wanted to say that the reason we picked this up is because I have experience playing Scribblenauts games, and so does Craig. I think we both played the first and second.
I didn't play the second one. I only played the first one.
Oh, you didn't play the one with the adjectives?
That's why when they said we're adding adjectives, I said, "How the fuck could they do that?"
That's a great thing that they added. I think that helps the game a lot because the game inherently has issues, like not just this one, they all do, but there's something like really charming and lovable about the idea of making anything you want, which is the core gameplay. You get your notebook and you can basically create any object, any person, in quotes. You Most proper nouns you can't use, but there are some, and because it's tied in with Nintendo, like you can make a coin, and there's like the Nintendo coin, and you can also make Princess Peach and Mario.
And you can make what's the sword? The Zelda sword. You can
You
type
can't
Zelda sword.
remember? Zelda
You
sword,
can type Master Sword,
Master Sword.
and also you could do Yoshi, which by the way, not rideable.
That's very disappointing.
So bad game.
You know what? Was Yoshi rideable in Mario Odyssey? No, Yoshi was playable, not rideable.
Yeah,
That's
you had to-
irrelevant. I was just thinking about it.
Both bad games then.
No.
You can't ride Yoshi.
Yeah, that was a little bit weird.
So yeah, the way we played, I enjoyed. So what we did is there's probably 50 levels.
Yeah, about 50.
All right, a level is this is the library level.
Like a
And,
hub world.
Like, well, there's a world map, and then there's like 50 other levels inside that, obviously. And you click one, this is the library, this is the forest, this is the underwater. And the way they all work is in that underwater level or in the library level, there will be like 5 to 10 people around that just need help with something simple. Like if it was underwater, it's like, hey, I want to swim down there, but I can't breathe. Well, it means bring out a scuba gear and drop it next to him, and he'll pick it up and do it. Or hey, there's fire. How do I help? There's fire, and then you give him water or a bucket. Or you could even do like a black hole, and it would just suck the fire into it, or something like that. But then there's also usually 1 to 3 more story-based missions where when you start them, you get a little loading screen, and then you're into like a story. You watch it unfold, and you help out with like one of them. Like, oh, I'm going on my first date, and then you help him first. You fucking follow him in this little
Craig's
walk
miming
animation.
a walk right
I'm doing
now.
a walk animation.
There's no visual component to this podcast.
And then he's like, well, this is my house. What should I wear to our first date with a pretty lady? And then you're like, well, you should wear a banana suit. And you give him a banana suit. And honestly, I don't know if it ever matters.
It does. Sometimes things don't work. Sometimes it's like, no, not going to work.
Okay, but for like the clothes and stuff.
I think a banana suit wouldn't have worked. We did have one mission that was like that I think you just gave him like a tuxedo.
Tuxedo or something.
Yeah, so I feel like if you give him a banana suit, he'd be like, I'm not going to impress the lady with this.
I don't know. Either way, some of them
This
don't.
is the puzzle part.
Yeah, this is the puzzle. Then, but these are still fun. I say that, but it's like these are still fun to do. I just don't know if we needed to do all 1,000 puzzles or whatever there was.
Probably not.
But we did it. We beat the game completely. But then he's like, all right, I got my banana suit on. Let's go to the date. And then you meet the lady at the restaurant. You walk to the restaurant, you sit down at the table. He's like, "Whoa, what should I order?" And you could drop like plutonium or spaghetti. You know,
Not plutonium. You can't eat plutonium.
but but,
This matters.
but you could have, you could do that. They would eat it and die and restart.
Okay.
You could drop anything you want.
Yeah.
And it could be like Soylent or
I bet Soylent wasn't in there because I
might have
think that's a
been.
brand.
No, it's not. I don't think so. There's a
Soylent.
brand of stuff called Soylent now, but
Oh.
Soylent is no. It's
No
probably in there.
Soylent discussions on this
Sorry.
podcast, okay? We are not
Um,
sponsored by Soylent, the brand or the
or just
actual
the thing. We're not sponsored by the thing.
Right.
We are sponsored by
No
recycling
one.
and libraries.
Remember to recycle.
So please recycle. Like I'm gonna recycle this game.
Damn.
No, I'm just kidding. I like that. I don't. For some reason, my brain is like, you didn't like this game.
Yeah,
But then like my
you really
heart is
harped
like,
on it.
my heart is like, but I kind of like this game.
Brain versus heart
Yeah.
debates on video games. No, it's true. There's something extremely compelling about this game. Like, there's no complexity. There's no real reason to care about the story. Okay, there is a story behind this game. And essentially, it's your sister is... Okay. I'm remembering the story to this game is
Oh my god, the
ridiculous.
story is stupid.
Okay, so let's just start. They have parent Maxwell and his sister. Don't know her name. Can't say I know her name.
Maxine.
No, is it Maxine?
Maxalina.
Okay, anyway, let's just call her Maxine. They have two parents, right? And their parents are world travelers. His dad passes him down the magic notebook. And basically what happens is someone, we don't know who until the end of the game, freezes the sister and she starts to like petrify up her body, like turn into rock, which seems really dire, by the way.
Every like 100 starites you get or whatever it was, I don't remember the levels. It goes up like, all right, now it's up to her ankles.
Yeah,
now it's
you're
up to her
unlocking
knees.
more levels as she's freezing more and more, trying to
She's
rescue her.
becoming, she's becoming Rock Maxine.
So the end of the game is you save her, okay? You find out that the person that turned her into rock was your dad. Your dad turned her into rock, and this was to teach you a lesson to do good things to people. That's the story of this game.
I don't know if it's like ironic or something, but it didn't come across. It just was like, wait,
I was
what?
like, this is like child abuse.
Yeah. So, but that doesn't matter. The story's like,
The story's just hilarious. Yeah, like I
Barely-
said, like I'm saying, the story is no reason to keep playing. There's really no reason to keep playing, but part of you's like, I want to know. Like, I want to know what the puzzles are going to be. I want to go to the underwater world. Like, what's this fish going to ask me for?
for me, I think the fun part was sort of like watching improv comedy. I just want to see what dumb stuff you're gonna make.
Right.
Like when you were playing, we played so like the library level. I'll do that one. All right, the iceberg cave. You do that one, and it was kind of fun to just watch and sit and like see what not even if it's trying to be funny, even if you're trying to just solve the problem. It was fun to like see how your brain works. Sometimes.
Right, because
Or, like,
we're not saying it while we're writing it, or we're not saying what we're gonna do. So we're just watching like each other figure out what the puzzle's gonna be. That
Yeah.
was entertaining.
and it's fun to see like, whoa, what? Like that's where your brain goes when you think that, you know what I mean?
You learn a lot about each other through Scribblenauts Unlimited. I recommend this. You know, if you're trying to get to know a friend or whoever.
So I learned that Grace really likes wings,
Yes.
and I really like jet-powered rocket skates.
Basically, while you play this game, you want to find a way to like fly, because each level is somewhat platformy in that you have to like get up to the top to the bottom. It's like basically more vertical than horizontal. So my favorite thing was wings, and like he said, jet powered rocket skates, which is a good option. Another
Really-
good option is flying carpet. Just
Flying
saying.
carpet's good, but also the jet-powered thing, you don't really need the skates part.
You don't. He
the
just
jet
likes the
engine,
skates.
but I like skates. Put them on everything.
There's rocket skates, which are cool.
So there's a type of puzzle or whatever that is. This is like just one of them, but it happens quite a bit. I'm a witch, and I need 3 ingredients for my witch's
Oh,
brew.
right.
And then you drop, and it's like, put the first one in to make a horrible curse. And you could put in, all the 4 horsemen, and then you could put in the broccoli, and then you could put in some oregano. But the thing that pops out never changes based on what you do.
I never thought about that.
And that was kind of a bummer because it's like the whole game is about your creativity, creating anything you want, and it's so another one's like, I'm a scientist and I want to make this robot, and it's like, all right, first he needs legs, so you put in tank treads or whatever. This is not totally an example, but this happened. Okay, he's got his legs, now he needs a body, and you're like, all right, dinosaur. And he's like, okay, finally, put in the computer to control it all. And you put in a supercomputer.
Why does
and
this
then
podcast turn into roleplay?
I don't know, it's fun. See, it's fun to improv, just like this game is.
It brings out the child in you.
Yeah, well, that's not hard to do
No,
for me.
not for you.
But So, and then the thing that pops out looks nothing like a tank-powered supercomputer dinosaur.
Right, like, no
Like,
matter what you put in, it will be, like, the thing you get when you type in robot.
right. Which, like, I get it, dude. They're not gonna make it that in depth, but it's kind of a bummer that they make you do this specific type of puzzle quite a bit, and it just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So eventually, I just was like, wheels, body, brain. All right, move on.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Towards the end there, I think we were doing that a lot, where it was just like sniper rifle, go, just go, take it.
Right.
Like that's why learning to fly, you have like your go-to for flying, I think, because it's kind of like, okay, let's just fly. Like we don't need to no more. You could enter pogo stick if you wanted, but that wouldn't be as easy as just rocket powered pogo stick.
Right, yeah.
Rocket powered anything.
I think another issue I had with this game is feeling like you're not as in control of Maxwell as you wanna be, like, I don't know why, but I feel like if you had a weapon in the earlier Scribblenauts game, you could press A or something just to swing it, right? Just to attack. But in this game,
Right.
you have to click on something, point to
See,
something, and then say attack, and then Maxwell
yeah.
just attacks his own pace. Am I
Honestly, I
wrong?
can't remember,
Maybe it
and we
was
should
just
have
the
done that.
kiddish, like, brain in me thinking, like, oh, it's so
I mean,
fun.
I was in college when the first one came out, and I
I
got
don't
it.
know how old I was. I feel like I was somewhat of a kid.
Yeah, so I could see it going both ways because I could see us just it's been because it came out in like 2009. That's my guess. But yeah, I can't remember either way, and I still own it somewhere. Oh no, never
For the
mind.
DS?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would like to go back just to know because
Me
I
too.
feel you're right also, but then maybe we're just not
Yeah,
remembering.
maybe it's a nostalgic thing. Like maybe that game's actually really bad.
Yeah, it probably is.
I mean,
I
I know
didn't
it's
beat it.
not.
I didn't beat it. We beat
Oh
this one,
yeah,
and I
no.
definitely didn't
I
beat the other
definitely
one.
didn't beat that game.
What I ended up doing with the other one was kind of what the fun part is here. So maybe this was maybe this was a board meeting. They sat down and were like, "Listen, guys, we had all these puzzles, and you had to jump over pits and hazardous dragons, but like the fun part really was just going to an empty space and doing Jesus versus dinosaurs, you know?" So
Right, right.
maybe they decided, like, honestly, people are just gonna come in here and type ninja pirate and see what happens, and so they just made the whole game that. Because, like I said, it was pretty fun. It got a little daunting or whatever, wrong word.
Tedious.
Not even tedious because it's simple.
Uh-huh. Well, tedious can be simple.
I
It's just
mean,
like feeling like doing it over and over and over again.
it ran its course
Yeah.
by about a 3/4 of the way. It took a while, so it's not like instantly I was like, I'm done. But about 3/4 of the way through, I was like, all right, let's wrap it up. Let's just kind of start beating this.
I think one of the more fun things about this game is like discovering objects or adjectives and how they affect things. So one of my favorite adjectives was windy, and essentially, I don't even know why we used this. I think we were trying to make something float or fly.
Maybe like a hang glider. Somebody had a problem with a
Yeah,
hang
and then you
glider.
used it on the hang glider, and he just like took off backwards with a extreme velocity right off the map, and it was amazing.
And it worked too.
Did it work?
Yeah.
I just remembered that like making me laugh. Another thing was ghost glasses. I remember like adding ghosts to glasses and they just started floating. I was like, that's cute. Like that kind of thing is what I like about this game. Those small moments of, oh, that's fun. And I think that's what this game is really for. Just
Yeah.
appreciating those little moments.
Like little things you wouldn't like you think you're gonna stump it, and then it kind of reacts sometimes where it's like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna do black hole, and then black hole does what black hole's gonna do. Like I don't know, dude. How did they do this? How did they
I don't
think they sat
know.
there and they said, all right, we have to make sure
How
we have to
did
make
they do
sure
this?
Bull and China shop, and they charged each other. Like there's so many things in there like that.
This game is absolutely like a genius masterpiece in some ways. Like we were sitting through the credits thinking, how did they do all the art for every single object? I mean, the art isn't amazing, but it's like that is an incredible feat.
Right.
How did they find every object to make? I don't know. I don't
The
understand.
Yeah, I think they took a dictionary, they
I don't
ripped
think.
it into 10 pieces,
Here you
and
go.
they said,
Here's your
"Get to
half.
work, Catherine. Get to work." And then they said, "Johnny, you're in the F's." And he started, I don't know. That's why I think, dude, I know it's not gonna happen, but man, would it like a really well animated, you know what I mean? Like they've got the base down now. So what if they didn't walk like they were paper mache or like whatever
That
paper?
game would be incredibly difficult to make.
I know, I know. I'm not expecting it to be that. I'm not basing any judgments off of that.
And I think that's why we can give Scribblenauts the franchise and this game kind of a break in some ways of criticism because there's so much in there. It I mean, I don't know. It makes sense to me that the gameplay isn't all that amazing.
Yeah, it's a little bit like maybe being mad at an encyclopedia for not telling you all the rules of bowling. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
like
It's
it
like
just
at least
gives you
bowling's in
at
there.
least bowling's in there. Yeah. Yeah, this game's cool.
This
You
game
want
was
to
alright.
get to our wrap up?
Sure. What
Okay.
snacks would you eat
What
with this
snacks do I eat
game?
with this game? Alphabet soup, alphabet
Mm.
cereal, and alphabet. Is there another food that's alphabet?
I would say
Dictionary gummies.
frosted animal crackers.
Ooh, what you mean the ones that are like white and pink and they have like the little
Yes.
balls on them?
Yes.
Oh, hell
Sprinkles.
yeah.
Those things are my shit.
Those are good. Those are good. Um,
Score.
let's score it up.
Score it up, ho.
All right. Ladies first.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to give it a 3.2.
Okay, you're right.
I took away my second decimal point. I don't know if you noticed from last episode.
Yeah, that was the one-time thing, and
It was
it's a lot of work. It's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure.
And I'm gonna give it a windy 3.454.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of decimal points. I'm surprised you gave it higher than me.
3.454. That's my 3.
Yeah. Oh, never mind. Oh, never mind. Okay. All right.
I liked it, dude.
You were really ragging on it at the beginning of this episode.
I know. See, because like I said, maybe I didn't say. My brain doesn't like it, but my heart really likes it.
You did say.
It may have gotten lost in the sauce because we lost this episode.
We lost some of this episode. Just a little behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes production minute. We had to redo this one.
A little bit. Some of parts of it.
A lot of it, and I'm angry.
I know, he's angry, but I've gotten over it because I'm in it for the love of the cast and bros.
I'm going to type new computer into my notebook and get a new one.
I was like, what are you talking
The game.
Oh, right, the game. That's why we're here.
All right. Well, I don't have news today, but give me the cup.
All right, we're doing the cup.
And in case you're a new listener and don't know what we're doing the cup means.
What does it mean, Craig?
Do you not remember? Yeah, that was me. I was trying to throw to you, but I'll do it. No, I got this.
Okay.
I got this.
Okay. Okay.
Here at Saves Together, we have a little game we like to play when I haven't found that great of news or anything to talk about, where we take a single-player game or possibly a game that already has co-op, but it's not great. We draw it out of a cup randomly. Now begin drawing. That's if you can't hear that. That's a Grace drawing. And when we pull it out and it says a title, we then just discuss what kind of game mode, co-op mode we would put into it.
We call this Armchair Co-op.
Armchair co-op game design.
All right, here we go. Here's the game. Zelda Breath of the Wild. My game of year last year.
Really? I mean, probably.
Really?
Actually, no, I don't know. I don't remember what mine was. We're not going to go there. So the obvious, we can't do the obvious, which is like, we both are Zelda. I mean, Link. We're both Link and we both walk around. I'm Linkle.
That's not the obvious. Ooh,
the obvious is,
Linkle.
so put Linkle in it.
They should just make a whole game about Linkle.
Of like, you know what I mean? Just like we can both run around. That's, I mean, that would be fun as hell. But
we can both run around.
But, you know, we got to come up with something a little more than
Okay, I'll be the horse. All the horses.
Eponia.
And basically, Eponia.
Eponia.
Maybe you're a horse that lives its own life and eventually Link comes to capture you. Think about this. The horse has its own storyline that you're playing out at the same time Link's playing his storyline out. And at some point, Link will try to capture a horse, and maybe that horse is you, and then your story changes.
That sounds horrible.
Why?
Throw that one out.
I think this is a commentary on the way horses are treated in our society, and maybe we shouldn't be riding horses.
We give them sugar cubes and rub peanut butter under their mouths.
I just gotta say, I don't like horses. I think they're evil beings.
I think horses are cool, and I would definitely ride one.
Have you ever looked into their black eyes?
Yeah, and I said, I feel you, buddy.
They look at you unblinkingly like they're straight out of hell.
No, and then they go, and they come up to you, and then you give him a sugar cube, and he's like, and then you're like, yeah, and then you get on a saddle and you.
Have you ever ridden a horse?
No, I had a phase.
Oh, okay, no, he says.
I had a phase where I was really into horses.
Wait, have you ever met a horse?
Yes, I've met a horse.
What was their name?
Buttercup.
This is not about Zelda.
Oh, yeah. So I would create a game mode where you run the shop.
What shop? Beetle?
Yeah, you're Beetle. And together you go out and you find your Beetle and his brother Bortle. And you both go out and you find ingredients, you come home and you make stuff and blah, 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 blah. And then you
what was blah, 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 blah?
Like making, like, you're making better recipes
I
and better
love that
recipes.
sound when Link is like making food.
Something like that. It's probably not that at all. It's
We should
close.
put it in.
This sound.
Yeah, we love that sound.
But then, so you Beetle and Bortle, you run around the town, around the world, and maybe you have like a helicopter backpack. He seems like the type that would have
So
like
you're
a.
changing the game to disinclude Link altogether.
No, because then when you leave the co-op mode, all the items are in Beetle's bag. So you did all that work
Oh
together.
my god, I actually love this idea.
Yeah, I know, because you want to be a horse for some reason.
I mean,
and I want to have fun.
I want to run free.
As
Okay.
Bortle, you can run free.
So maybe on the menu, there's like new game, continue, and Beetle and Bortle challenge.
Yeah, Beetle and Bortle's Beetle and Bortle's.
Okay, it can just be Beetle and Bortle, so you can
No,
stop.
they need a funny store name though, like the Emporium. Beetles and Bortle's Emporium.
Yeah, say that 5 times fast.
Beetles and Bortle's Emporium. Beetles and Bortle's Emporium. Beetles and Bortle's Emporium.
Okay,
Beetles and Bortle's Emporium. Beetles and Bortle's Emporium. I don't remember how that was.
Didn't sound good. That did not sound good.
That would be cool.
I like that idea.
Me too.
Maybe one of them has a jetpack they ride on, and the other one has.
Oh yeah,
like,
no, the other one can't do the flying.
Right.
One can fly, like unlike the hang glider,
Beetle.
but the other one has to be there to hold. Like, if you want to bring him with you, you have to like. I picture them just like, I don't know, hanging on to like.
I love that.
Yeah, I like Beetle.
I like Bortle. I love Beetle. He's great.
All right,
We did it.
We did it. We did it. We did it again. We did it. We did it. We did it again.
I was about to sing the Dora song.
Nope. I'm glad I
Yeah.
cut you off. I'm glad that my stuttering.
Listen, I have many little cousins. Please do not blame me.
How do we do?
How did we do? I think we did great.
Shut up. We did awful. That computer screwed us.
Craig's really mad because it kept stopping in the middle.
But here's the deal, though.
Email me if you understand Audition.
Here's the deal. We're now officially a podcast.
I was
because
telling him to
everyone
make him feel
has
better about
the
this.
trials and tribulations.
Some
and
people lose entire episodes. We will one day. This was not an
maybe
entire
we lost
episode
this one. Hey, if you're listening to this, leave a like because we didn't lose it.
Yeah.
But no, it feels like all right. We had to do that once.
Yeah.
Fucking once.
Yeah, it's gonna happen again.
Shut the.
All right.
Anyways,
Thanks for listening.
thanks for listening.
Keep it sleazy.
Keep it sexy. I don't like doing it.
I love it.
I don't like doing it at all. I still need a sign off. By episode 10, I feel like it should be locked.
Yeah, me too.
But it's
Otherwise,
not
I
gonna
think they'll
be.
cancel us.
Oh God, the network. Anyway,
The
if you're
network.
listening, network, I love the chairman of the board.
I love you, network.
Thank you for the fruit basket at Christmas and the Jelly of the Month Club coupon. Go network forever.
Bye.